Life is short. Most people waste it waiting to feel ready, waiting for the perfect time, waiting until they have everything they think they need. But life isn't waiting for you. I learned that the hard way. In the next few minutes, I want to tell you what I wish I knew sooner, so you don't lose years waiting to live the life you're meant to have. The first one is to stop waiting to be enough, because most of us spend so much of our lives chasing what's next that we often miss the beauty in what we already have. The truth is, there's someone out there who is wishing for the life you're currently rushing through. This beautiful quote once hit me really hard. Your home is the dream of the homeless. Your health is the dream of the ill. And your freedom is the dream of the oppressed. Happiness really starts the moment you realize that the enjoyment in the simple everyday lives you have, the journey that have taken you so far to where you're now, and that beautiful miracle that it is just to be alive. So one of the most dangerous things that we can do is chase someone else's version of success. And for years, I was really good at that. So I waited and I waited because I didn't feel that I am or ever have enough. So I waited to speak up, to be seen, to start, to be loved. I told myself, once I hit that milestone, once I prove myself, once I make more money, once I feel confident, then I'll finally magically feel worthy. Then I'll be enough. But here's the truth I wish someone told me earlier. You don't become enough and worthy by achieving any of these things. You already are. We keep waiting for some external milestone or validation from others to finally allow ourselves to feel whole. But feeling enough isn't something you achieve. It's something you choose in the middle of the imperfection, the work in progress, the not there yet type of milestones, because you choose to show up and do your best with what you have. And if you don't learn to feel enough with what you have now, you just move that goalpost every time you get more, and you spend your whole life waiting, even while life is happening right in front of you. And maybe nobody told you this growing up because nobody told me. So let me say it now. You don't need to prove yourself to deserve a beautiful life. You don't need to earn your way to be happy. It's time for you to step up, to be seen, to be loved, exactly as you are. And if you're feeling stuck, I made a free life clarity guide with 5 simple questions and prompts to help you move from stuck to starting today. Get it for free in the link in the description. The next thing I learned is to stop waiting for the perfect time. And here's something that happened to me 10 years ago. I came across a book that changed everything for me. This idea changed how I live and work forever. It was written by Wang, a palliative care nurse who spent years with people in the final days of their lives. She asked them what they regretted the most. What's surprising is that their answers weren't about promotions or achievements. They were about time, the moment that were missed, the dreams that never started. Their number one regret? I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. We often wait for the perfect moment, but time isn't waiting for us. And one day, we wake up and realize the window we were waiting for already closed. So if you're sitting on a dream, an idea, a version of yourself you want to become, please don't save it for later. The perfect time is a lie your fear tells you, so you never have to try. There will always be one more reason to wait. But every year you wait, your dream would just gather dust. And this gave me chills, but also the reason to start before I let my own dream disappear. And that is, for the ground you walk on today will be the roof you lie under tomorrow. And everything I've done, whether it's changing my career to what I'm truly passionate about, moving to a new country, starting something I never done before, like this YouTube channel, I learned this. Clarity doesn't come from waiting. It comes from doing, and you don't need to know every step, just the next one. So even if you're not sure, even if it's messy, just start. Start small. Start feeling scared. Start feeling like you're not qualified, but start anyway. The perfect time isn't some magical moment in the future. It's when you stop waiting. And this next lesson is about stop caring. And I realized stop caring about what other people think is so life-changing. And the thing is that at some point, you have to stop building your life around what other people might say. And honestly, most people don't know what you've been through. They don't see the invisible effort that it takes you to just get up each day and keep going. They don't understand the things that you're working on or why it matters so much to you. And if they wanted to understand, they ask, but they don't. So if you're waiting for permission or for someone to validate your dream, you'll be waiting forever. And I made decisions that were disappointing to others, like leaving a successful career on paper to pursue my own dreams. But here's what I learned. Growth will sometimes look like disappointing people, and the freedom to be who you are will sometimes require you to be misunderstood by others. And people will criticize you when you start. They'll doubt you when you're in the middle of it. And then when you succeed, they'll rewrite the story and say they knew it all along. So let them talk. Let them misunderstand you. And let them doubt you. The cost of living a life true to yourself is that some people will no longer recognize you, but you will finally recognize yourself. And you're staying true to the path that only you can walk on. And you get to do it quietly, boldly, without any apology to anybody. And the more you trust yourself, the less you need validation from people who were never meant to understand you. So just keep going. I learned this later on in life that you have to choose your heart. And the thing is, life is not meant to be easy. So what I learned over time is that everything in life has a cost. The question is never, will this be hard? Is what kind of heart am I willing to live with? That matters the most to me. It's hard to chase your dreams, but it's even harder to live with the regret of never trying. It's hard to build new habits, say no to people, change your life, but it's also harder to feel stuck, resentful, and numb. Remember that you're the most important project you will ever work on, especially the ability to show up when no one's watching, and the consistent daily work that you put in to become who you are. So many of us spend so much time building these lives that look amazing from the outside. But the real change that matters is what happens in here, within ourselves. These are the choices that nobody sees, the beliefs that you no longer choose to believe in, and the daily habits that you commit to, when it could have been so much easier to stay in your comfort zone instead. There is no path in life that's free from pain, and I know this from personal experience. But every setback, challenge, or extremely scary situations that I've been in have only made me stronger, because some pain are the good kind of pain that leads to growth, because that discomfort, it creates growth into the person that you will become. And some pain are the bad kind of pain that unfortunately leads you away from the person you are meant to be. So you have to choose your heart, and only you know what truly matters to you in your life that's worth the pain. Because if you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. And the last lesson is that patience is your superpower. Most of the time when I did anything in life, and let me know if this happened to you, I won't see the results of my efforts right away. So consistency to me has always been this strange thing that it looks like nothing is happening. And then all of a sudden with time, it feels like everything is happening. And for the longest time, this held me back because I couldn't stay around long enough to see the changes that keeps me going. Because that's the secret that most people miss. The one thing I struggled with so much in the earlier part of my life is when I realized that change doesn't happen overnight. We live in a society that wants transformation to be fast. We want the glow up, the before and after, the viral breakthroughs. But real change doesn't look like that. It looks like showing up on the days no one's watching. It looks like choosing what you commit to over and over again. I look at who I was 10 years ago and I don't recognize her. And I think that's a good thing because it means I've evolved. I'm grateful to that version of me who kept going, even when it was messy and it felt like I was just figuring it out along the way. Becoming someone new isn't a straight line. It's hard and it's really humbling. It will take longer than you want, but I guarantee it's worth it for who you become. And your patience will be your greatest superpower in a world that worships overnight success. There's a story that I think about often that my dad told me. A child asked his mom, "What was the best moment of your life?" He expected her to say things like the day I had you or the day that I got married, but she said, "This one, right now." Because yesterday is gone and tomorrow is not guaranteed. The only moment that we have is now. This story has stayed with me because we live like time is infinite. Like the best moments are always somewhere in the future, but they're not. They're happening right now, right here. So stop waiting. Make the call. Speak up in meetings. Start that project. Book that flight. Write that first sentence. And tell someone that you love them. Because the only real regret is that you didn't start sooner. And you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take that first step. I'm Laurie. Thank you so much for being here. and I'll see you in the next video.